Before starting this, I want you to watch this video in the description below. Video number 1. How do you feel after watching the video? It is terrible, right? Can you imagine it happened to someone you know? Like your friend, your child, or even you? This bullying thing can ruin everything and even your future. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Socha. I'm from Universitas Hindu Negeri I Gusti Bagus Sugriwa. I'm majoring in English Language Education Department. Now I will tell you what bullying is based on stopbullying.gov. Bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Both kids who are bullied and who bully others may have serious lasting problems. In order to consider bullying, the behavior must be aggressive and include two things. Number one is an imbalance of power. Kids who bully use their powers such as physical strength, access to embarrassing information, or popularity to control or harm others. Power imbalance can change over time and in different situations.
Students
Even
aged
if
12
they
to
involve
18 who
the
reported being bullied in 2017 identified the following power imbalance in favor of the student who bullied them. Ability to influence what other students think of you 53.3%, socially more popular 49.6%, physically bigger or stronger 40.3%, more money 31.5%, and the last is have more power in another way 24.5%.
And the last thing is repetition. Bullying behaviors happen more than once or have the potential to happen more than once. Now I want you to see the picture related to our next topic. What do you think? If you think the same thing like me, then yes, this picture describes one of 1,000 things that happen to a victim of bullying. Our next topic is how students are being bullied in schools. Bullying includes actions such as making threats, spreading rumors, attacking someone physically or verbally, and excluding someone from a group on purpose. Now I'll give you the graph of
As you
how
can see in this
students are
graph,
being
the
bullied in
first one is
schools.
being subject of rumors with 13.4%, made fun of, called names and insulted 13%, push, shove, tripped, and spit on 5.3%, excluded from activities on purpose 5.2%, threatened with harm 3.9%, pressure to do things they did not want to do 1.9%, and the last one is property destroyed on purpose with 1.4%.
Now I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered where are the places bullying occur? Bullying can be occur in unexpected place in
In
school.
the charts,
I
we
will
can
give
see
you the
that the
graph.
place with the highest percentage is hallway or stairwell with 43.3%, then classroom with 42.2%, cafeteria with 26.4%, outside school grounds with 21.5%, bathroom or locker room with 11.8%, school bus with 8.0%. Bullying often happens in a crowded place so every student can see and afraid of the police. They don't want anything that happened to the victim happen to them too.
At the beginning, you have seen a video with a tragic ending. If someone deals with bully, suicide is one of the things that come to their mind. That is one of the effects of bullying, and it is sorrowful. I will tell you the other effects of bullying by this graph based
Whether
on
childhood bullying happens in the classroom,
injuryclaimcoach.com.
chat room, or a social setting, the consequences can last well into adulthood. More than 2 in 5 adults who encounter bullying as children were later diagnosed with a mental health condition. and 44% attributed their condition to the harassment they received as kids. 22% of men and 42% of women with depression place culpability for their mental health condition on being harassed as children. Just as many women with anxiety and panic disorder say the same, but only a small percentage of men and women with bipolar disorder, eating disorders, or substance abuse issues agreed. On average, people who connected their mental health condition to childhood bullying experienced bullying for 3 years longer than those who didn't cite bullying as a main factor.
Now I will give you another video to watch. In this description below, video number 2. Pretty good ending, right? Then the first video with a tragic ending. This video gives you a happy ending. This video say that it only takes one thing to prevent bullying that happen in our environment, and that thing is speak up. The next graph that I will give to you will tell the other thing to deal with bullying
Both
based
men
on
and women rank telling an
injurycleancoach.com.
immediate family member as the most acceptable way to deal with a bully. Telling a teacher or close friend was also seen as acceptable responses. At their most extreme divergence, 24% more women than men thought it was acceptable to switch schools to childhood bullying. 35% more men than women thought fighting back physically was an acceptable response. In the same way that men and women have different ideas about dealing with bullies, boys and girls can experience bullying differently as well. Boys are often seen as enjoying the status they earn from winning a fight, and that imposed sense of bravado can make detecting the signs of bullying in male children are more difficult to spot.
Before we end this, I want to tell you my story and how I deal with bullying. It happened when I was 5 years old. I'm still a kindergarten student at that time. I'm a cheerful child at home, but when I was at school, I became a quiet and shy child who made me have no friends at all. Every day I didn't want to go to school and meet people who bully me. It was the same sunny day as usual, the morning to go to school where I couldn't enjoy it every day. School start as usual, the teacher teaches and I listen solemnly. During the break, I played alone as usual. When I was playing swing, the boys came to me and told me to go down from there, but I didn't want to go. So one of them grabbed me and knocked me off the swing. I got hurt in my knee and my elbow. They said that I shouldn't play there because the swing is theirs now. I held back my tears and went to my teacher to ask her to treat my wound. My teacher was shocked and asked me what happened while treating my wound. I answered her by lying that I fell while I was playing. At home, my mother asked the same thing, and I also answered the answer with lie. But in my inner heart, I said I have to tell my mother that I was bullied at school, but I couldn't. I could not because I was afraid they would bully me more than today. Then my mother said to me if I had trouble at school, I should tell her. She would always be there in my ups and downs, and that she loved me no matter what happened to me. I just nodded at her. The next day, I just kept quiet when they told me a geeky child until they got tired of themselves and gave up because I didn't give them any response. Even though I was being bullied, I must not give up on myself and dare myself to fight the bullies. Yeah, I know that my action by ignoring the bullies was the least acceptable things in the graph, but at that time it was the best way I could think. Luckily, they are ignoring me after that. Maybe they think that I was not interesting anymore. There's other thing that I got from this is that many people care and love me. I shouldn't be afraid of them because there will always be people who stand behind me and help me. For people out there who struggling the same thing, remember that there will always someone who stand behind you in your ups and downs. Even you can be someone who stands behind them who struggle the same thing as you. Prevent this thing happen to other people around you. Fighting for ourselves to not to be trampled and humiliated is not a bad thing, and the bullies should know that we are stronger than they thought. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you.